WhiskyJason here, Whisky Live Dublin 2023, together with
Denis Connolly from Broadlock Estate.
Now, you make whiskey with a micro distillery.
We are making whiskey with a micro distillery. Just
Excellent.
recently, we've developed this on our estate in County Wicklow.
Very, very good. I have no idea about your brand yet,
Sure.
so tell us a little bit about the history and the people out there.
Okay, what we're doing is we're grain focused, so our barley is grown on our own estate.
Excellent.
So with Broadlock, we have alluvium soil, which is a little bit rare in Ireland, but we're producing a very good barley, which we're malting and using within our pot still and our other offerings in whiskey. At the moment, a lot of our whiskey has been developed with cooperation from third-party distillers. But it's working very well. We've had an extremely good show here over the past couple of days. So we've really only put our head above the parapet at the moment, and we've been we're very happy with how it's going so far.
I hope you've had a very, very good welcome
Fantastic,
to the whiskey
absolutely,
scene here in Ireland.
Yeah, it's great. Good people and lots of support from other people and people sharing thoughts and ideas with us all the time. So it's a nice environment to work in, for sure.
So you do have third-party whiskey here. So let's start off with that. I did see a 10-year-old whiskey, I think.
Sure, yeah,
so that was here.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm pulling out all the wrong bottles. Yep.
So this is a Cooley, a 10-year-old spirit, which we've finished in a tequila cask.
Ah, why tequila? Now tequila's in, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, certainly with this particular, particularly with the grain, I think it's getting like there's a bit of subtlety coming through with the tequila, particularly with the grain. And we just found with our tastings on this, it's developing quite well, and this is primarily for the U.S. market.
All right. So that's where you're going. Birch and George Birch and Co. Why
Correct.
George Birch?
Okay, this is a name that we're trying to attach ourselves to with a bit of history. Originally based in Roscrea. Okay. He was a distiller from sort of 1790 to 1830. Was an interesting character in his development of insulated stills. He was quite forward-thinking, and again, he was up against maybe some of the bigger companies. Didn't quite work out for him. There's a bit of history on the internet about him if you want to look him up.
I will have to do that.
We're trying to kind of relaunch or sort of certainly tip our hat towards him within this brand, and it's really focused on the States and the export market. But so far, we've had a very good response to it.
So you're in the States. Where else?
Well, that's it. This is really launching into the States at the moment.
It's very new, I think, right?
Yeah, very, very,
Do you know
exactly.
the States in the U.S. where you're at?
Yes, we're going into.
Right,
we're going into Texas, Florida, New York, and California.
All right, so the big four, basically.
Sure.
Only Illinois is missing with Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe Boston and
we got a strong partner over there, and we're cooperating well. We're small and they're small, so hopefully we'll grow to better things together.
You have a couple other bottles. Can we talk about them as well, or not?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, we've got
single malt.
Yeah, that's
Irish whiskey.
That's a nice single malt. That's a minimum of 5 years old. We've blended some 7 in with 5-year-old as well, but we're keeping it at 5. Again, triple distilled, Oloroso cask finish. The interesting thing about the cask is that we're using a Jerez Oloroso cask from the Domecq family. Umberto and Maria Domecq down in Jerez have been very good to us.
Nice thick labels, by the way.
Nice, good, thick, heavy label, good linen label.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're really excited about this. Yeah.
And one more you have as well, right?
Yeah, well, this is our pot still. Okay. So of course,
now he's happy.
So now I'm happy. I love the pot still. I just think in recognition of Ireland, it really sources back to what we're doing here. So again, we're using our own grain in this. So 40%, our mash bill is 60% malt, 40% unmalted barley.
Okay, very good.
There's a little bit of oats in there as well,
Can
just
you
to top it all up.
who you sent the grain to make it to be
Well, we're not going to say too. Oh, yeah. Well, we're not going to say too much for the moment. We're working with some good smaller distilleries around the country.
Good. Very nice.
And we're very proud of who we're working with, and we're very happy with the quality we're getting through that.
All right. So also here, 42%. Very nice. Distilled, matured, and bottled. Very, very nice. Wicklow barley. Now, if I go over here, though, this is
What's
very
happening?
Special. Now, this is, I don't even know if this is for sale.
No, I tell you what happened here. This is a little bottle that we bought in an antique shop, right? And I just thought it's so beautiful for whiskey that we've sampled it up here today just for fun, for sport, and the feedback has been wonderful. So we're looking at this bottle reproduced, and we're looking at using it for, if you like, age statements in smaller volumes. So making age statements a bit more accessible in a smaller bottle, but a nice idea for a sharing bottle or a gifting bottle, or people to sit down and enjoy something in small volume over an evening. That's the idea behind that.
And this is the single state, triple distilled, single pot still. So basically very similar to here.
Correct.
All right, gotcha. All right, the small batch craft. Now you do have only for...
Yeah, what we have here, we've got a couple of interesting...
I see 65.47%.
Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Okay.
I see 59.33%.
Sure.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so what we have is we've got a couple of very nice casks that we're tasting here today. And from the feedback we've got from them, we're certainly going to be bottling these in November. We're hoping to work cooperatively with the Celtic Whisky Store. So these will be a limited edition insofar as there's no finishing cask.
Right.
It's just honest whiskey straight from the cask into the bottle at cask strength.
Excellent.
And we think maybe some whiskey has gone the full circle insofar as if it's good enough and it should stand up on its own, then that's what we hope it's going to do.
All right, talk about your micro distillery. How small is it?
It's very micro. Our production capacity is probably between 80 and 100 casks a year.
Okay, very, very good.
Okay,
so
but
two a week
it's a little bit experimental. Yeah. We're having some fun with it, and we're building 500 liter.
Okay,
so again, look, it's small, it's craft, and it's a fun thing to do. We probably want to develop some ideas that we can cooperate with other people on. Right. It's not that commercially viable, of course. But it still gives it a little edge.
Expand. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, exactly.
So, and now, how did you have the idea to have your own distillery? Now, you came from the, what's your background?
Well, a little bit of background. We were in the soft drinks business for a number of years back in the noughties.
Yes.
And we developed some ideas with some friends of ours and colleagues of ours on the development of distillery. Right. And that led us to Monasterevin, which is a beautiful town. Everybody knows Monasterevin in County Kildare. Yeah. And we came across a beautiful old mill, a lovely old building there, and we went ahead and got planning and went through all the hard work, all the hard yards and all that time. And then looking at the cost of development was prohibitive for us, budget-wise and project-wise. And we were delighted then to, we then sold that to Paddy McKillen Jr. and Bono. Yeah. And they've invested a huge amount of money there, and they've done an incredible job.
So you laid the groundwork for the distillery Bono invested in.
Correct.
Now I know who this guy is. That took a while to get there.
Well, but it's not,
I have heard of you.
It's not, we're not flag waving that at all. I mean, the guys have done a superb job, and they've changed things around a lot, but we're just very proud to actually be in the genesis of that and the employment that's going to create down there. So that's a nice tick for my box as I'm going on.
That is.
And then with the estate down in Broadlock, just the soil, beautiful soil. Yeah. We started growing the barley. We decided we'd try and develop something, especially with a pot still. And that's why we're here today, and the reaction's been pretty cool. Our pot still is going to be released until next February, when it's touching 5. It's just raising 5 years old, so we think 5 years is probably where you got to be for a pot still.
I do, yeah.
Our cask and our single cask release will be in November, and hopefully with cooperation from the Celtic Whisky Shop, and a little bit online as well.
One last question, not a trick question, but a real honest question. Now, if I see single state, that's great. Barley is the number one thing. Yeah. Will you be mentioning the type of barley you're using in the future? Because there are different types of varietals.
Our variety at the moment is Gangway.
Right, okay,
so
very good.
Gangway,
that might be on the
perfect,
in the bottle
absolutely,
then. Okay,
we'll get more detail into that, so well spotted.
Okay.
He doesn't miss a thing, this guy, right?
Transparency is what we want, that's
absolutely.
what we need. That's very good. Yeah. All right, WhiskyJason here. I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to see what you're doing in the future.
You're
Thank
a gentleman.
You very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Bye-bye.
Okay, cheers. Bye.